Amanda again. And today I've got with me a very good friend of mine, actress and model, Yasmin Warsame. You know, there's a lot of girls and guys out there, and for someone being as successful as you and had such a long, fulfilling modeling career before getting into acting, I like talking to people a bit about the journey. You know what I mean? When you started modeling, I want to know what was your success story, basically.
I kind of like to start by saying I woke up regular height at the age, I went to bed at regular height at the age of 13 and I woke up 5'11". Feels like the next day. It was such a random growth that I didn't get a chance to even get my gripping. I was clumsy, clothes are too small, like my uniform pants never fit. It was always that much shorter. I hated it. It was very awkward. And I think you hear this from a lot of models. Like, it's just very awkward stage and you're a teenager to begin with. So that's also awkward in itself. But coming from Somalia and having a Muslim background, modeling is not something most girls are encouraged to do. As a matter of fact, it's actually a no-no, total no-no. So when I was approached through, I would see scouts outside my school, from 14, 15, 16. I would take their card and I knew I wasn't allowed to. The deal was finish school. So it wasn't really something that was encouraged at all. It was extremely discouraged in my family as well. I finally signed up with Ford, who kind of found me in a neighborhood in Toronto downtown. Just so happens that it was just the fashion industry. All the agencies were all around there, Ford and Elite and Next and all these different agencies. And so I went to Ford, signed up with them. And then I think my first trip was to South Africa. And then I came back with a full book.
Tell us what happened after that trip to South Africa.
Well, after South Africa, I came back and my agency just kind of sat on my book for about 9 months. So South Africa, I did not a lot of money jobs because they thought I was too slim. But I did all the covers of all the magazines, Cosmo and all the magazines that were there. I came back with a beautiful portfolio book, and I thought, okay, now I'm gonna really get to work. And at this time, my son is a little bit older, and I'm ready to travel. And they just sat on me for about 9 months. I knocked at every door. I went to visit every editor in Toronto, give me a job. Their response was always, "We're not quite sure what to do with you. You're not quite this look. You're not quite that look." I don't know what looks they have in their mind, but somehow they just couldn't figure me out. I mean, come on, we've got so many people coming from my end of the world that my look should be familiar by now. So I changed the agencies, and literally within 3 weeks, I had a meeting with Tom Ford in Paris, and the rest is history. My first show was Chanel. Couldn't walk on heels to save my life because I grew up tall. So everybody always said, "You're tall enough. You don't need to wear heels. You're tall enough." So I never really learned how to walk on heels until I had to, until I was really pushed out there in like stilettos that high.
Can you tell some of the big models you've worked with? Could you just tell us some of the big models you've worked with?
Oh my God, I worked with Iman. I shot her book, her makeup book. I was very proud of that moment. Tyra Banks, I did Italian Vogue with her, with Steven Meisel. Naomi in shows.
Yes.
We've done shows together. Hang out backstage. We've seen each other at parties. She's always extremely pleasant. Very, very sweet woman.
And one of the things I've always liked about you, because every time I meet you, is how humble you are and how personable you are. And, it comes from a place that is natural. It's just you. And how important is that for models?
So I don't think you need to necessarily have to be such an outgoing personality to make it. I think you really have to know yourself and trust yourself. And
That's
I think
exactly
that
it.
is the
Find
key.
who you are.
You never separate from yourself. Don't let anyone take you apart to the point where you lose trust within yourself. That's key. Because after this industry, you still have to deal with yourself. So don't let anybody make you lose that. I think that's the most important thing.